What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Jobbers and Goons, and today this is a special Jobbers series video. Why? Because I'm covering who I consider to be one of the pillars of the jobbing community when it comes to comic book characters. We're talking about Marvel Ares. So it's going to be a little different than typical Jobber series videos. You might not see as many moments, but you're going to see me explaining why Ares is one of the biggest fucking jobbers we've ever seen. Anyways, guys, if you're a fan of content like this or a fan of the Goon series and the other stuff I do on this channel, make sure to hit the like button. Let's try to get this to 300 likes, and I'll bring a way more moments for Ares in a part 2 after we establish why he's the jobbing god. As well as join my Discord if you haven't already. We're almost to 730 now. We're getting bigger by the day in terms of Discord size. And if you want to see your favorite content here or on my second channel, Coffee Shop Comics, hit me up on Discord. We could talk business. But as always, liking, subscribing, and sharing the channel is what best helps me grow as a content creator, as we're very close to 20K. It'd be amazing if we could get there. Now, getting into this, why is Marvel Ares such a jobber to me? This is pretty simple for me to break down. Now, I know a lot of people are pretty familiar with his biggest, most infamous moment, but I need to explain why that moment is as groundbreaking as it is, okay? What's the lead up to that moment being an iconic jobbing moment? This moment, of course, being a reference to when Sentry turned him into fucking shredded paper. It was horrible. Now, why is this such a L? Why is Ares such a L in general? The basic root of this is who Ares is conceptually. Ares is the god of war. In Marvel Comics, we've learned that as far as the god of war goes, he is the manifestation of war and battle, and soldiers, warriors, all this, on every plane of existence. How do we know this? Because in a run-in with Nate Gray, Nate Gray said on every plane of existence, there's really no way to theoretically counter Ares because he's the perfect god of war. So for that to be the case with Ares, it's kind of crazy. Like, he should theoretically be beating up pretty much anybody in existence with being the manifestation of war and battle. That's not the case at all when it comes to Big Ares. It's just not how he gets down. So let's get into this infamous Sentry moment. Why was this so bad? First of all, Ares is so gassed up because of what he's supposed to be in theory that he had characters like Iron Man basically guessing he needed characters like himself, Vision, I think She-Hulk, Sentry, several others just to take on Ares. Alright? The hype is real. Very well deserved, should I say, if you are conceptually the idea of battle. You should be able to beat anybody up. That's a fair guesstimate. Well, he runs into Sentry. Sentry being a character who historically is a jobber. I hate to fucking say it. As strong as Sentry is, he tends to have jobbing moments. For every time he bullies Ares, he is blown away by the speed of Iron Man. He is yanked by his cape by Hercules. He gets his fucking chain snatched by Fat Cobra, okay? Sentry is not one that is reliable. To be fair to Sentry, he's literally a character with mental instability that's kind of narratively built in for him to fuck up. Like, he's gonna fumble the bag. He's gonna make mistakes because he's crazy and he's not all there. So sometimes being that mentally devastated, Sentry is going to be an L magnet. It is what it is. So him having L's is justifiable. But, like I said, it's already gassed up that Ares should be able to beat him up with a team backing him up, okay? So, Ares gets into it with Sentry. This is, of course, the time during Siege. Shit's getting real. Asgard's getting fucked on. Sentry's giving in to the Void. It's bad. Pulls up on Ares. Ares is like, look, bro, I'm the god of war. You don't really want smoke. And what proceeds to happen next, I would argue, stained the character of Ares forever. I don't care what you say. If you, as a comic book fan, are familiar enough to know who Ares from Marvel Comics is, you know about the Sentry L. Like, I would dare say this moment scarred his character for life. Like, that's how bad of an L he is. That's how bad of a jobber he is. Sentry grabs him like a bad stepchild in the 1300s. And then, in Hulk mode, just tears him to shreds. Completely rips him apart. Devastating fashion, one of the worst finishers in comic book history. Applied in front of everybody. They're like, ah, shit. Ares just got boloed. So, that's the famous L, right? That is the infamous Ares gets ripped apart. Let me tell you why it doesn't stop there. Let me tell you about this fateful journey of learning even more about one of the craziest jobbers ever. So I had the Marvel app at one point, and I was going through comics just looking for interesting shit to read. I stumbled upon Conquest of Champions. I had played that game on my phone before. Shameless plug, they should sponsor me for this mention, actually, now that I think about it. And I was playing this shit, and it was a fun game. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to read the comic book to it. Well, the boy Ares is in the comic, right? And he's in Valhalla. This man had taken his L. He had gotten killed by Sentry, and he's in the fields, right? The heavenly fields, hanging about. And he's like, yo, I can't believe I got fucked on like that. I really feel like my character took a hit. I need to get my get back on Sentry. Which is reasonable. Like, you get boloed like that, I'd want revenge too. This man sees an alternate version of Sentry. Like, this is a Sentry that shows up that's not from the mainline universe. And he's like, oh, it's Sentry. I've got to fuck him up. Like, this is my chance to shine. Gets his gear out. Rolls up on a Sentry who is not mainline and has no idea why this guy wants beef. Tell me why you couldn't beat him up. Like, Sentry was swapping hands with him, no problem. And was like, dude, I don't know who you are, but you need to back up. And I was ashamed for Ares. I was like, bro, you pulled up on the dude when he wanted no smoke. And you still couldn't get the job done. And you had true revenge and hate on your heart. You are the concept of war and battle. But every time you go to war, every time you battle, you get folded. You don't do shit. In fact, perhaps most embarrassingly, we know this guy takes L's in wars. How do we know? Ares was a Nazi in World War II. That's right. Bro was on the side of the Nazis. Straight up admits it. Guess what? The Nazis didn't win that war in the comics. Captain America and America, motherfucker. Those are the ones who won. You telling me Ares' job to Captain America? Brutal, if true. Regardless, for being someone who's conceptually supposed to be the ultimate warrior, the ultimate battle, if you ever run into him, Ares takes a lot of L's. In fact, I would say he's one of the biggest L magnets to ever exist in comic book history. But anyways, guys, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Do you think Ares is an L magnet? Do you think he's a bitch? Is he one of your favorite characters? I personally enjoy the character. I just think it's hilarious how bad they do him. And I think he genuinely has such L's that they scarred his character forever. But let me know if you agree or disagree in the comment section down below. If you haven't subscribed yet, do so. Thank you guys so much for watching. And make sure to check out my second channel, Coffee Shop Comics. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. It's been your boy Jobbers and Goons. And I'll see you all later. Peace.